Okay, so 10 minutes speech. How can you help your child's speech and language improve in just 10 minutes a day? First of all, you have to do it every day, at least 10 minutes a day. Practice every day with your child, and then your child's speech can improve. So if your child just has one or two sounds in error, like maybe they are saying wabbit for rabbit, or like for like, or thumb for thumb, then you can do it this way. First, you're going to start out showing your child how to make the sound. And I'll use TH for an example because it's easy to look at and see what's going on. So for the first 10 minutes on the first day, you would spend that time trying to show your child how to produce TH. So you're going to say, look, you're going to put your tongue in between your teeth just a little bit, and you're going to blow. That's the soft TH, and then the loud TH is when you turn on your voice. So you're going to try to get your child to do that the first day. And if they can do it that first day in 10 minutes, great. You can move on the next day, but if not, just do another 10 minutes of that the next day. When your child can finally do that, say it in isolation, whatever that sound is, then the next day for the next 10 minutes, you're going to try to say the sound in syllables. So you're going to put a vowel after the sound. For instance, you might say thaw, thay, thee, thigh, tho, thu, or the loud th, tha, they, thee, thy, tho, thu. And if they're having trouble with that, then you can kind of separate it, ah, or ah, and then move them closer together, the. And so you're going to practice those syllables for 10 minutes a day until they can do it successfully most of the time, like 80% of the time. Then you're going to move on to words for 10 minutes a day. So simple words like thumb, think, what's another good one? That, them. And you're going to work on those simple words for 10 minutes a day until they can do those really well. Then you're going to move on to phrases. So my thumb, that dog, something simple like that. 2 words, maybe 2 or 3 words. And practice that for 10 minutes a day. So obviously the key here is that you have to practice for at least 10 minutes a day. It's like playing the piano or learning to play basketball or whatever. You have to build up the muscle memory, and you've got to practice over and over again till those connections are made between the brain and the articulators here. So once you can do words, you're going to move on to sentences like I broke my thumb or that dog is barking, whatever. And move on and do that. And then you can do reading if your child can read. Find a book that has lots of TH sounds. Maybe it's a book about teeth. If they can't read, you can read to them and have them repeat part of it back to you. And then conversation, you can ask them questions about teeth or toothbrushes or their thumb or thinking or whatever, and have them talk about that with you so they can practice the TH in conversation. So that's what you would do for 10 minutes a day if your child is just struggling with 1 or 2 sounds. If they have a bunch of sounds, then that's more like a phonological disorder. So the first one is an articulation disorder, just more simple articulation disorder. And if they're really hard to understand, you can't understand anything they're saying, and they're missing lots of sounds, or maybe they can make the sound, but they're just not making it in the right place. Like maybe they can say the K sound in kite, but instead they're saying tight. So you know they can say it, but they're not saying it when they're supposed to. And that's more like a phonological disorder. So that's going to be tied in with language, and you're going to want to practice a lot of phonemic awareness activities. So you're going to practice rhyming, like, look, there's kite, there's tight, there's bite, there's sight. Those are all different. They all have different sounds at the beginning. Can you say k-ite or s-ite? Or say sight without the S. Ite, good. What other sounds begin with k, k? So you're going to try to break down words into their sounds and show that, hey, look, these words are made up of little pieces, and we can separate the pieces and we can make new words and Things like that that they may not have grasped. Because sometimes these kids with phonological disorders think, oh, well, it's kind of like g, so I can just use either one of those when I'm talking. So for dog, I might say dock, or for kite, I might say gite or tight or whatever it is. They think they can substitute and they're going to be fine. You need to show them that, no, there actually is a difference. And maybe show them a picture of kite and person biting. So kite, bite. You say kite and say, point to the one I'm saying, kite. If they point to bite, you're like, no, that means bite. Kite is the thing you fly in the air. So you want them to be able to recognize and discriminate between the K sound and the B sound, or what the G sound, or whatever sound, the T sound that they're making. Okay, so that is a phonological disorder, and so you're going to break down those activities into 10 minutes a day. And at the same time, you'll be working on the sound techniques that I told you about, like with TH, you'll be working on K sound, maybe doing K in isolation, k, k, and then syllables, and then words, and then phrases, and then sentences, and then reading, and then conversation. But you need to add in those phonological awareness activities for a kid that's highly unintelligible like that. And let's see. So that is for articulation. For language disorders or fluency disorders, similar concept. You're going to break things down, little goals down into smaller pieces, and practice it for 10 minutes a day. Half an hour a day would be even better. I'm not saying that 10 minutes is ideal. But with a 3-year-old or a younger child, 10 minutes might be ideal. Or at least 10 minutes at a time, because they don't have the attention span to sit there for a half an hour or an hour. So for language disorders, basically, if your child is very young, you're just going to want to talk to them a lot. You're going to want to expand on their language. You're going to want to ask them questions. You're going to want to practice using the right verbs or the right pronouns. And I could go on forever about this because there's so much. So I think I have other videos about all the different things to practice with a language disorder. Just remember that you're going to want to practice every day. And the same thing with a fluency disorder. You're going to have to practice the techniques of how to slow down your speech to not stutter, how to do gentle onsets, or slow and smooth speech, or clapping, or whatever technique you decide to use. So anyway, that is how you improve your child's speech in 10 minutes a day.